Ask Tom on Home Show.
Zach from Klein has a question about a HVAC redo.
He needs to know what to redo first, Tom. That's his challenge. Zach writes, I'm first-time home buyers who recently moved into a 1992 home in Spring. The downstairs AC is brand new, and the upstairs unit is 3 years old. I've had a tech out, and both the AC units are working fine. However, if the upstairs is kept any lower than 79 during the day, the unit will always run non-stop. I know there are some issues with the air ducts. The air ducts and the attic insulation are both original. What do you recommend tackling first? Replacing the ducts or replacing the insulation? What say you, Tom?
Well, first off, this house was built in 1992, which means that upstairs air conditioning system has been there for a long time. That sounds like the downstairs one was replaced later in the life of the house. But you say a couple things in this question. One is both are running fine. Well, first off, one is not, because one is not doing its job. So let's scratch that one off. The second thing is, through the question you asked me about, I know this home is old, and the ducts and the insulation, they're old from like the house, which really isn't that old, by the way, from 1992. That doesn't go bad. It doesn't change. If they were working in 1992, they would be working in 2012. It's just the bottom line. So what is the problem? First off, maybe your system is not working right. So maybe you should have it checked. And so I would go with a full tune-up on the second system that's running all the time, because it's not keeping up with the problem. Now, the problem this summer is really bad because it's been so hot out. So I'm going to give it a benefit of doubt on that one. But there are one of two things that's happening. One is you have a major problem somewhere, so the system's not fine and it has to be fixed. It could be the refrigeration balance. It could be a hole in the duct somewhere, where the ducts are broken for some reason, whether it be a rodent in your attic, somebody crushed it for some reason. An inspector, I think, when you bought the house, would have caught that. But during the tune-up and the inspection on your air conditioning system now, which you should have a full tune-up on it with static air pressure checks and things like that, that they'll find something like that. If nothing seems to be wrong and it's just running all the time, the bottom line is it's too small. And that's not uncommon, and I'm getting that question a lot. So it might just be too small for 100, 102, 103 degree days, day after day after day, and the system just can't keep up. And I suspect that's probably what it's going to be. When you have a two-story home with two systems, the systems upstairs usually are larger than the system downstairs. The system downstairs doesn't have to run much, because all the cold air drops from upstairs and the hot air rises, and the system upstairs, well, it has a heck of a load, and it has to be bigger to handle that. I suspect in the long run, you'll find that's your problem. It needs to be bigger. And I suspect that the homeowners probably lived with this during really hot summers and just tried to get through it and never did much about it. Mm-hmm. But the first thing you should do, like you asked at the question, and then I'll end this, is get someone come out, Air Tech, maybe one of our people we know that can do a full tune-up, a full checkup, and tell them about the issues you're having. See what they come up with if it's something that I might have missed.
Because it could, maybe it's possible that what he has is enough. It's just not configured right or balanced or any of those kinds of issues.
I totally agree with you, except for one thing that maybe that's not the reason. It's been there since 1992, and if somebody would have been having a problem that long, or they probably would have tried to fix it. I suspect.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe their lifestyle, they didn't care, or they never thought much of it. So that's
they're living that I don't care about air conditioning lifestyle. I get it.
Maybe they live downstairs and they said, I don't care what happens upstairs, that kind of thing. But that's why I think if it was a brand new home and that was it, Charlie, I think you would have been right on, because they're trying to balance it and get it configured right, because it's a brand new system and they have to put it through the driving test. And that I used to go back and send my air conditioning contractor back 2 or 3 times until we got the house really through the cold winter and the hot summer, got it balanced nice so it was working, because sometimes you have to take it for a road test.
But you don't have to go on a road test. You just have to click on Ask Tom, because he'll tell you where to go. No, he'll tell you how to fix your problem. Fill out the form, send us a picture. It helps us to do a good job. We want to do that because we post a new one of these every day on our YouTube channel, HomeShowRadio YouTube channel. And of course, if you found us there, you can also find more at HomeShowRadio.com.